Greetings and welcome to you. I am Shushana. Hi, fancy feathers. Today we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4 pile reading. This is kind of the behind the scenes part when we don't have piles yet. Pile 1, the independent cat. Pile 2, the playful kitten. Pile 3, the mysterious night caught. Pile 4, the royal cat. So right now you can't see them very well. I'm gonna have to take a picture later. Let me move this out the way. Yes, I just threw my phone because the phone is so distracting. I hate having the phone near me. It's like, get away from me. Um, Okay, so let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do piles, and today we're going to do a pre-shuffle. Sometimes I like to do pick a card readings and shuffle on the spot. Today I want to pre-shuffle everything so that it's organized. That card just fell on the floor, is meant for pile 1. I'm going to have to go get it. That's meant for pile 1. That is meant for pile 1. Let's see. Let's put it in this order, plus the one that fell on the floor. I got to get the one that fell on the floor. And actually, I need my phone to know what list I'm on. To take notes, like, oh, I'm on pile 1 right now. So just give me a second, sorry. Okay, making it all messy over here. I went and picked up the last card for that one. Let me just rearrange everything here. Okay, trying to get comfy. So before I started doing this reading, I felt all this kind of cat energy. Just feeling all kinds of messages. And so yes, pile 1. I had to bring back my phone to remember the pile titles. Let's work on pile 2 now. And even that, it's all like cats do the same thing, you know? Um, throw stuff and then they go and fetch it again. They don't want something, they want something. So it's funny how this energy is so different than what I'm used to, but that's what I like. I like changing it up a little bit. This one's going to be the second one to the second one. And then one more for the second pile. And we have our third. Working on pile 3. So how is everyone doing? I like to record the behind the scenes so that people see how it works. That's the first card for pile 3. That's the second one. Because so that people can see how everything is energy, you know, and what we are attracted to is usually valid. When we are grounded, because sometimes we're attracted to something that's not for us, and we're working on pile 4 now, the royal cat. That's going to be the first one. That's going to be the second one. And the last one for the royal cat. Okay, so we're done with that. I might have to go back and get a piece of paper to write all this down because I don't want to rely on that horrible lighting from my cell phone, the titles of each one. So I might have to go and get some paper for that. So, like, what is this over here? This is a blanket that I keep to shove underneath the bathroom door. Usually like that. This is the bathroom, and I like to keep this blanket under the door to keep the bathroom energy in the bathroom. Let me get a piece of paper. I am back. I want to be organized, you know. This year, I want to be organized. Not that I wasn't before. It's just that before, I was just letting my emotions take over whether or not I should be organized. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you organize first, you'll feel better. Because, there's some people that hoard. There's like hoarders. There's people who have like 10 cats and hoard because they don't feel good. But it's like if you just clean up, you will feel better. So let's talk about message themes. I'm going to keep this as my notes so I don't forget the name of each pile. So let's talk about the independent cat. We have message themes. These may or may not resonate with you. These are just collective readings for entertainment. Okay, so the message themes for the first one would be reclaiming your space for pile one. Stop over explaining. You don't need permission. You are allowed to be selective. Pile two, the playful kitten. You've been too serious. Joy wants to be back into your life. Try something new just for fun. Stop overthinking. The message theme for mysterious cat is trust your intuition. Something is unfolding behind the scenes. Not everything needs to be revealed yet. And observe more and speak less. Pile four is going to be the royal cat, and that one is about the message themes I wrote for that one was undervaluing yourself, raising your standards, stop accepting crumbs, and walk like you own the room. Confident, magnetic, and elevated. Pile three here, the energy is intuitive, psychic, slow power. The playful kitten is light, creative, spring energy. And the first pile will be an energy of calm, self assured, and placing boundaries. Okay, so now I can get this horrible lighting out of my face. I hate that artificial light from LED lights. If you're like me and you're hypersensitive to light, I highly recommend getting incandescent lighting. Incandescent lighting, it helps your mental health. So let's continue on with the piles. The piles are not looking very pretty right now. They're looking so messy. And then I have to take a glam picture for the cover to make these look a lot more clear. Of course, when you put them next to a card, you're not going to see them. But when I put them up on the cover, you will be able to see them more clearly. Usually, I use this so that it's more clear for you to see the cards. But today, it's kind of in the way. I feel like it's kind of in the way today. And it's just like a cat reading. You know, for cats, everything is in the way. And cats have to do something about it. So let's just put that there for now because I don't know. Sometimes it helps me and sometimes it drives me crazy. Let's move on to pile 2. Pile 3. Oh, I don't know if I should take those. I don't know if I should take them. Pile 4. I'm going to put this inside my shirt or else it's going to bang on the table all throughout the reading. And let's get some poker cards up in the mix. Which, you know what? I might actually do the poker cards live. Not live, but later. So I think I'm comfortable with these. So this is what our piles are going to look like. That's what they're going to look like. Are you ready? Oop. Sliding around kitty. And we haven't even talked about the title. What is the inner cat? What is the inner cat trying to tell us today? Our inner cat. What is our inner cat trying to tell us today? That is the title. So, whenever I do these readings, I never pick a pile myself. I never pick a pile myself. I only pick a pile if I am watching another different reader that is not me. Because I don't want to put my energy into the reading in any way. I want these readings to be for you. So if you're wondering if I pick a pile when I do these readings, no, I do not. So let's begin with pile 1. Pile 1 is the independent cat. The independent cat. Yes. And we're going to put them right there. And let's begin with the first card was, we're going to put this at the bottom because I want to see what you got here. So we got the fire pit. Okay. I'm going to move the piles back here so that we can focus on the pile that we're on right now. What is the inner cat trying to tell pile one? So, your intuition is trying to tell you to move on, move away, move forward, migrate, make a change, leave a situation or location, set something on fire, satisfy your passion. Your inner cat is trying to tell you to do what you want, do what pleases you. Don't make decisions because it's based on other people. My cell phone light is flickering right now because I just got a text message. So I have to put my phone where I can't see it because it's very distracting. Give me 1 second. So it might seem selfish or it might feel selfish, right? To say, you know what, the heck what everybody thinks. I'm going to do what I want, be with who I want, move to where I want. If it doesn't work out, it's your lesson to live, not anybody else's. Not to say that there aren't mistakes. Sometimes there's mistakes that can be avoided with research, but for the most part, it's your experience. This is your experience. Limitations, obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought or simply choose something better for you. That is the message that your inner cat is trying to tell you. I will read this again because I find it so helpful for this pile. Limitations, obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought or simply choose something better for you. Keep it simple. You overthink, over procrastinate, make things complicated. You make mountains out of little mole hills. Your inner cat is telling you daring, to be daring with your life in order for you to be happy. I think that you are being over considerate of other people's feelings. At the end of the day, we are the ones who have to deal with ourselves. We are the ones that have to live with ourselves, our emotions, our feelings, our sensations, our desires. We are our own company and we have to be happy in our own company before we can expect anyone to be a companion in our life. It is important to be happy in our own company first and then be a great companion for someone else who also has done that. I feel really happy for you. I feel that when you press the green button and when you buy those tickets, you put down the deposit. I feel that you're going to be really happy that you made this decision for yourself that is different because maybe in the past you always made final decisions regarding other people. And this time you're saying, you know what? I'm going to make this self nurturing decision for myself. Thank you for watching Pile 1. I hope that was helpful. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's keep this one to the side and move on to Pile 2. And this is the Playful Cat. The one that we just finished was the Independent Cat. And this one is the Orange Playful Cat. We have the 4 directions. We have Ghost. And we have the Sacred Mound. In regards to other people, are you getting along with people, or do you feel that people belittle you? In regards to other people, do you feel that they are accepting of you? Do you feel that they judge you, criticize you, troll you? The ones that make you feel accepted, the ones that make you feel safe, the ones that don't criticize your roller coaster journey are the ones that you want to keep around. Sometimes you feel like you can't be yourself, like you have to hide behind a mask, a masquerade, multiple identities or alters, just to fit in what image you want to look like for different people. And it gets exhausting. And you don't complain, you don't make a face. The only face you make is a poker face. But inside, there is turmoil. Turmoil because you can't express yourself freely or choose the colors that you want to choose. Where you might really like a color and your masculine likes a color that is considered feminine, or there's just something that you feel like you can't be yourself because modern society has these labels, and you're tired of finding out what people are labeling you. For those of you who have a really large social media, I suggest this pile go on a detox where you don't post anything and you disable your comments, make yourself private. Have compassion for your mental health needs. So, because you can't express yourself freely towards a certain group, you feel down and out. Well, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong with me because I can't be myself without people laughing. That means you're around the wrong people. There's nothing wrong with you. It's the people that are around you that are limited and unplayful, unflexible. Connecting instead of trying to impress people, instead of trying to feel accepted in a certain situation or platform. Focusing your energy on what is sacred to you instead. Give your energy and time and emotional, spiritual, energetic investments to yourself, to thyself, instead of others. You're always wanting to make an impression, please others, put on a different hat every day. That hat does not represent who you really are. That hat represents who you think you're supposed to be for that audience on that day. And your inner cat wants you to be closer to your true identity than an image that you have created that is all to please others, that has this domino effect. And you end up where you never meant to end up, even framed some of you. But all of those situations that you got yourself into them by clowning, by putting on different masks. So you intuitively know that you have a contribution to your circumstance and it was not showing your true identity. For others, it could be lying about your age and it's backfiring now. You know, that kind of energy. But also, or more so, lying about your true personality, characteristics, and traits that are very meaningful to you. Your whole life revolves around something. And when you put on these false identities, you become disconnected from that one thing that your whole life revolves around. And you end up creating these blocks instead of progress. So, for this group, it's extremely important for you to find a place where you can be your true self without feeling judged, even if that means moving to another city or another community. Different communities have different energies depending on the history and circumstance. So there's endless cities to choose from. All the different cities have different souls, they're different entities that serve different energies. Of course, we unfortunately live in a world where so many of these cities are corrupted or cursed. And we have to find one that is neutral to lighter energy to settle in. There's something that your whole life revolves around. For a lot of you, that is source, and you just needing to get closer to source and avoiding people that make you feel judged and criticized. And there's nothing wrong with any aspect of your life. They're simply just human existence lessons. There's no need for you to be hard on yourself. Okay, and then we have direction. Your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You are being divinely guided. I hope these messages helped. That is all that I have for this pile. I thought I was going to need some poker cards for any questions, but I did not end up needing them. Okay, let's move on along to the mysterious cat. The mysterious cat. This is a black cat with, what color eyes are those? Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so right in the beginning, your focus is on love, love, love. satisfaction, and passion. Singing, jazz, sacred songs, meditation. Why am I singing your reading, pile three? So, pile three, your energy is energy of being in love. You are in love. You have been enchanted. You have a solution that others don't. You know a route, a secret path, a secret journey, a secret portal, a secret dimension to this magical place. Um, and we're not doing any kind of spread today. Today we're just doing random cards from our medicine deck and our career oracle. And the main focus for you during this time is how to make your relationship more satisfying and passionate, especially if there's any kind of separation issues. If there's any kind of separation issues, you want to eliminate that problem. You want to eliminate that problem. You do not want separation anymore. You can't take it anymore. You want to make love and sing about it after. Play your saxophone and tell the whole world, how in love you are. For others of you, this is about gospel, singing gospel music to source. For others of you, this is joining a sobriety or recovery group, joining a holistic group, joining a healing group, joining a holistic retreat, joining a healing community. For those of you who are single and wish that you had satisfaction and passion, and if you're single, joining a holistic community is an amazing place to find a partner, a physical partner that is actually going to be there for you. And then we have meditation, focusing on meditation, focusing on remote viewing and visuals. There's a sense of protecting yourself here from the masses, protecting yourself from the majority population, and wanting to join a community. Be careful with that. I would avoid groups that are associated with yoga, for example. A lot of times there are negative agendas that hide behind that label. I'm not here to say that all yoga is bad. I'm just here to say that I am aware of groups that are corrupted and hide behind healing labels, similarly to churches. How many negative groups hide behind church and religion? So Every time I warn people about yoga, it's because I know something that I don't want to talk about in this reading, because this reading is about the inner cat. And your inner cat is telling you to protect yourself from infiltrators, protect yourself from two faced people, protect yourself from naysayers, protect yourself from all of those kinds of people and anyone else you want to add. But that does not mean isolate yourself by any means. In fact, this pile is encouraged to join a safe community, a safe, holistic community that is not corrupt by sorcery related agendas. Let's see what we have. We have flashback. People from the past return. You may work with the previous coworker or take back an old job. You get a second chance. We have here flexibility. You'll need to see in the dark to maneuver the coming changes. While it seems extreme, just hang in there. This too shall pass. And we have the bat. I really like bats. I think that bats are so cute. And he's sleeping upside down, being a bat. That matches the black cat, needing to be flexible. I'm going to read it again. You'll need to see in the dark to maneuver the coming changes. While it seems extreme, just hang in there. This too shall pass. There's no need to make impulsive moves because that is what the enemy wants. The enemy, the opposing force, the Drax, they want to eat and consume everyone's energy and drain them of all of their misery and suffering. But when we are balanced and neutral and happy and grateful and humble and living a life of simplicity while protecting ourselves from the masses, only giving our attention to those who make us feel safe, then we're being quite flexible, wouldn't you say? That is all that I have for this pile. Let's move on to the last one. We have pile 4, the royal loyal cat. I don't know why I want to say loyal. Are you loyal? Okay, what do we have for the royal cat? Very interesting cards. Very, very interesting cards. I don't even know where to begin. But we're going to begin with the woman with two faces here. So some people might accuse you of being two-faced. Some people might accuse you of being a living contradiction. Some people might accuse you of being trans fluid, I want to say. These are just collective readings. They will not resonate with everyone. Take what does, leave what doesn't. You have a very well balanced male and feminine energy within you, regardless of your gender. You're very, very well balanced with almost being your own parent, where you might have dealt with so much trauma growing up that maybe your parents weren't there for you. So Everyone deals with trauma differently. Some people deal with trauma through addiction to alcohol or non holistic substances. Others deal with their traumas with dissociative identity disorders, where they make multiple personalities become their family. And you, in particular, have this energy of becoming your own parent, being the father and the mother of yourself. But after a while, you realize that we come into this life to reproduce, to love, and you can't always be your own parent by self protection mechanism. At some point, you have to allow nurturing to come from other places besides yourself. And it's okay to ask for social or emotional help from someone that you feel safe asking. Your foundations are going to be very important this year, especially if you're feeling like your foundations are shaky, unstable, or dealing with evictions, even. Figuring out what country you're going to invest your money in. Figuring out what country you're going to get a passport for. Figuring out where you're going to ground your feet for the next couple of years is going to be your main focus this year. You, Royal Cat, are not impulsive like everyone else. You're not the kind that pushes people in line. You're the complete opposite of that. So you are being wise and taking time to make your decisions to move forward. Give me 1 second. My stomach wants to grumble. I have to drink something. Okay, where were we? So, your foundations. Being honest with yourself about things you might have been denying. Your living situation, for example. Are you truly happy where you live? Are you happy in that town? Are you happy in that city? Are you happy in that village? Are you happy on that island? Are you happy in that country? Those kinds of questions. And then moving on here, we have needing to nurture yourself in a different way. Because I feel like you have the self nurturing down. You understand self healing. You understand self nurture. But at some point, that self nurture has to come through other people. Because of the times we're in, the world is almost obligated or threatened to be in fear. And nobody ever talks about it. That's why I like doing these readings, because I like talking about taboo topics that make people uncomfortable so that we can surpass them. It's all about surpassing these things that we're uncomfortable about. A lot of times, relationships or situationships, should I say, they don't progress because of a lack of that. let's move on. This pile seems like maybe you work from home, you spend a lot of time alone, and it's starting to affect your mental health and your emotions in a very negative way. I've told people before that isolation for long periods of time is equivalent to smoking a pack of cigarettes. It's toxic. We're meant to be in a community. We're meant to be in a tribe. And that has all been taken away from us by modern society and colonization. And there's some people that join clubs. There's clubs that you can join. What can you do, pile four, to make contact with someone that you feel safe around and talk to them? And if you're in the same country, go out with them. If you're in a different country, talking, talking through video, talking is so important for humanity's healing, to feel safe, to feel acknowledged. How sad is it that people have chosen AI as a companion, or a doll as a companion, or a robot, a clone, apps as a substitute, as a replacement? There's something really wrong with society when no one knows their neighbor's name, where no one feels comfortable to knock on their neighbor's door and say, "Hey, I forgot to get sugar and I'm trying to make a cake for my family. Can I please have some sugar?" It's like, what happened? What happened to humanity? Has to be fixed and can be fixed through healthy interactions. What is the healthy interaction? A healthy interaction is having a platonic friendship. A platonic friendship, a platonic social life with people who don't just want to get in your pants. Having a group of people that, are not attracted to you. Because once you're friends with people who are attracted to you, it just gets weird. It gets weird, and it's not really about friendship. It's about, people getting the wrong idea. Having a boundary between, okay, these are my friends that respect my marriage, respect my romantic life. And these are my friends that are part of a holistic movement. And these are my friends that are for work, and there being a healthy boundary amongst your social life, or social circles, or social circle. For some of you, you may not have a social circle at all. And that being an issue for your mental health. As the royal cat, as the cat that is in a power position, you are being promoted. You are being promoted or called to lead. Time to step into your sovereignty and guide others with compassion. This is such a powerful card to match the royal cat. Your inner cat no longer wants isolation. I feel like this pile has had isolation for up to 4 years of over exaggerating the lifestyle of an introvert and needing to come out for the sake of your mental health sanity and happiness. Happiness. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Till next time. Bye.